Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Chateau Door Shutter coming back to you with a brand new episode of the FTB NeoTech Mod Pack. Today is episode 24, and we are immediately going to get into crafting up some advanced upgrades. I actually apparently think I've crafted one thing with another thing that I needed, and so I need to come back down here real quick, and that is analog circuit board. Analog circuit board. This thing right here. I had two of them, and then apparently I used one in my inventory. I didn't even realize that. That's okay. It happens. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to toss all of these ingredients in here, and we're going to make some basic upgrades. So this should net us 8 total basic upgrades that we're then going to convert into the advanced upgrades here. So you can see the recipes are requiring the basic upgrades. So we just do that, and then once this one is complete, we'll take these and throw them in here, and then now we'll have the advanced upgrades. So this is going to require a little bit more polyethylene, which I have right here. I did get the tank from the quest line. Let's see here. So the tank from the quest line, which is right here, we got 32 buckets of it, so this is going to speed us along. And we do get a little bit more upgrades as well from doing this. But I wanted to craft them outright, so I just have them. We'll probably convert these basics up to the higher tier in a little bit as well. But we need these to actually speed up or actually allow for a machine to hit a specific amount of EU per tick to then craft a specific item, which is the AE2 Things drives or disk housings. So I want to be able to craft these because at the end of the day, they are similar to refined storage where they don't consider types, they only consider the item as each individual item. So it's bytes rather than the types. So you can have a million items and don't have to worry about the 64 types. That's kind of what I want to get into this episode, and this will allow for us to do that. Now we should be able to also grab these, which is fantastic. And so that leaves us with 16 of those and 8 basic upgrades. Okay, so we can unbookmark these for now. And we will get into this whole thing in a little bit. I want to figure out the AE2 stuff because I keep running out of space and have to make drives, which I don't want to do over and over and over again. Because at the end of the day, that just kind of seems wasteful to me. So let's actually make sure, see if we can clear one of these. No, we can't. Okay. We may have to make another one anyway, because I want to be able to basically pull these out and empty them, but I don't think I'll be able to do that right now. So let me see. What do I have in the way of applied? Do I have any kind of storage parts just sitting in here? It does not look like I do. So 64K. I'll probably have to go through and make another one of these. That's fine. As long as I can get an AE2 Things one first, we should be golden. So I need 27 of these, I think is what I said previously. No. How many is that? Yeah, it's 27. Okay. And then we just convert these to the 4K. So this will be where you'd want to make as high of tier as possible. Because that 64K in our version right now can only store the 63 types, meaning you can only store up to 63 different items in this cell. With these other ones, we'll just be able to shove 128,000 bytes or 64,000 bytes or whatever. I think it is a 65,536 bytes in this case, but I'm actually not even sure of that. It doesn't tell us the specific numbers anymore. But we'll see. Okay, so let's just grab some more of this. Now let me get this crafted up here. Okay, so 64K. So we're going to grab a piece of netherite. Do I not have a piece of netherite? Let's give this a swing here. So we're going to put 8 of these advanced upgrades in here. So this should hopefully now reach more than what we need. So let's toss all of our items in here and a thing of molten redstone. And that did not function. I thought this would work. What did I just... Hold on. What? Pardon me? What just happened? I'm genuinely kind of confused, ladies and gentlemen. I am baffled. What just... That didn't work for a second, then I clicked on it and it worked. I'm not 100% sure what just happened there, but after clicking on it, it decided to function. But now we have this, and we should be able to do is make a 64K storage, and this should be pretty decent. Let's actually just toss it in the bottom here, and we are going to take out these drives and just pipe directly into this. So this thing only has 64,000 bytes, which is good. Not the 65,536 like I thought, but that's okay. But these things are emptied, and what we can do is we can shift right click, and this will empty out the storage cell housing and give us the 64K back. There's not much we can really use the item cell housings for. I kind of wish you could convert them somehow into the ME disk housing in this pack, but that's okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of go through these and just let them be thrown into this. And this thing will fill up pretty darn quick, which is what I expected. Okay. So we actually did get through none of them. Okay. Let's make another one. So let me get this and toss this in here. Just redo this. Okay, why did you just stop? Not 100% sure what's happening there. Oh, are we like running out of power now? Yes. Using the MEIO port is causing power outages. Okay. Let me get that solved real quick. Okay, quickly, just grab the dense energy cell. We're going to see if this may help us. But this should store quite a bit of power. And apparently, I need to actually pipe directly into the AE2 controller. Okay, so it connects to that, but it doesn't connect to this. Okay, looks like that'll work. Let me get this hidden back down. As much as it was. Which wasn't very well, but it'll work. Okay. We'll grab this. Cover this back up. And I'm going to see if this will do anything for us. But I'm going to get the crystallized oil, or the energized oil from downstairs up here. I just needed to get the system powered back on. But that should allow for us to have more power storage just in case of an outage as well. So I just wanted to quickly solve that. Everything has been switched over to the AE2 Things. You can see we actually have the exact same amount as we did with the normal 64K drives. Sooner or later, we can get this all knocked down to less if we went and did the 256K, which I do believe is a thing in this one, right? Yes, right there. 256K. That would give us a lot more. Let me see. You've got the 256K, you've got the one... Okay, so yeah, just 256, and that's the end of it. But yeah, so 64Ks, a whole bunch of our items are pushed over there. I also did move... I'm just going to do free cam here for a second. We did move the sand and gunpowder, netherwort, and string out of our system. And actually, I just noticed that these are all full. I moved these out of the system because we were actually filling up a lot of our 64K storages because of those items, and it looks like we're probably filling up a portion of our system still, but I will get that solved here in a little while, probably off camera. But okay, so I want to build another electric quarry, and I'm not 100% sure how we're going to do this, because I'm guessing on this portion because they said, people in the comments, is who I'm referring to as they, have said that you basically can carry off of another multi-block with modern industrialization. So we're going to go ahead and give this a swing. I've made sure to move our power up to the front right of this one, or front left, right where I was standing, left here. And then the power cable is running from here over to here. So, it looks like I actually did mess up something. Oh, what I have done is I forgot to enable this again. There we go. But yeah, so these are getting power from these generators, and that is spreading throughout all of these. Of course, all of them have had their power moved to the front in some capacity, so we'll be able to use these guys as a multi-block kind of thing, whatever you want to call it, shared multi-block. But yeah, so let's go for MV input hatch and the electric quarry, the machine casings, and we'll do the rest of the pipes here as well, because I did forget about those. Okay. Is that formed? Okay, so that is valid. So doing something like this does work. So we're going to then want to also put our input hatch and our output hatch. If I can get this to go. Input hatch, output hatch. And we are going to be really close to this other one, which is fine for now. We'll probably just have the exact same setup throughout this entire side anyway. Okay, so this one is going to be the steel steel drill is what this one's going to be. I'm not 100% sure how I want to automate this yet, but I kind of want to just get it kickstarted with the 32 we have, and then we'll work on getting the rest of the drills automated here in a minute. So we're just going to run the pipe. And yes, I will talk about the terminal and the fact that I have one all of a sudden in a second here. So we just need copper nickel. There we go. And then we're just going to run some of this stuff, just like so. Okay, the ME terminal, real quick. This was broken, quote-unquote broken, because the actual configure visible items was not set to items. It was only set to fluids. And I did not change that. I don't 100% know why it was like that. And I know this one could, you know, has this by default, but this one apparently did not. So I checked the items. So this is what originally I saw. I was like, oh, there's no items. I can't see anything. So I went over here, just clicked items, and then it worked. Not 100% sure why it was that way. I'm just going to go with it, okay? We have the ability to use it. Of course, it's not got the greatest range, but it has some range, so that'll be helpful. Okay, and one thing I probably forgot to do is make sure that this is on auto output, because that is something we cannot do from the other side. Okay. So, steel drills are going to be our main component here, and with steel drills, we will actually be able to get a couple more materials that we need to survive this mod pack. First off, emeralds, good option. We'll be able to get some more steel trades and stuff from villagers, get some bronze, get some steel plates, gears, whatever else we might be able to grab, analog circuits, I think, even motors. So there's some good stuff we can still get from this. So we'll keep the emeralds. That'll definitely be useful. Antimony, of course, for the battery alloy plate, whatever that thing is called. What is that? I can't remember what anything's called all of a sudden. Yes, battery alloy. I was actually correct. Battery alloy ingot. And then we can get, of course, the battery alloy plates and then the curved plates. And we also do get lead out of this as well. So we get a 2-for-1 in a sense on that. The bauxite, of course, we double up on that with the other one, which is the bronze drills in front of us. We also do get some nickel, some osmium, and some quartz. Of course, osmium will come down sooner or later to actually kind of just being a little bit of a space waster until we actually can get the Canthal tier of the electric blast furnace. So, yes, we are cruising so far. This thing, of course, is probably just starting to heat up. Sooner or later, I do want to see if we'll be able to sustain all of this. I really don't know. I probably should start investigating a better power source. I really just was hoping that these oil generators would hold us over for quite a while, but it looks like that is not really the case. So I know we'll probably look at diesel sooner or later, but right now, I just kind of want to look at this. So steel-plated bricks to get the rest of this one. I'm just going to let this actually run for a minute or two, rather than just immediately jumping into finishing the line, because we don't have this automated, right? We don't have steel drills automated, and we kind of need to look at that. So what do we need for steel drills? Let's just get that one out of the way, the obvious piece. So we're just going to bookmark both of these. So we do need the steel drill head. And if we do this method, it does require soldering alloy, which does require us to get lead and tin dust. So this is a lot more involved to get something. And we don't have dimensional tanks or dimensional storage, which is something that somebody pointed out. We do have this a dim storage mod, which would allow for us to transport items wirelessly, but it does require stainless steel stuff. So, all right, let's continue on here. So, I just went and gathered up what we need to continue on with the first set here. We're going to kind of go through one by one. These take quite a minute to set up. That's the biggest problem right now. So, I think while we're doing this, I want to talk about the community post that I posted yesterday, which was the 8th of October 2024, that we're going to get rid of some of the modern industrialization-ish parts of AE2 so I can get auto crafting set up. That is something that will be happening. I still have not done that, but I will be doing that soon, because I do want to basically make this pack easier and quicker to get episodes out. The fact that it's so far locked behind modern industrialization and getting to basically, I think, the Canthal tier of everything, and getting steel, what is it called? The stainless steel? Yeah, getting through the stainless steel tier and quite a few other parts. I really just don't feel like getting that. So, just currently, I want to be able to kind of make this faster, and to do that, we're going to get into it. And I know I've kind of been playing Modern Industrialization wrong, according to a lot of people, and that is mostly because, at the end of the day, I have never played Modern Industrialization. And I was hoping that this would be a fun kind of, more joyous occasion to get familiar with it and all of that fun stuff. But of course, it's kind of hindered whenever you have a mod that basically bricks every other mod and kind of prevents you from doing that. So we will be getting into it soon, getting it done, getting it sorted, and that will be fantastic. I do need... What is this machine called? Because I did forget one thing, which is the large macerator. Did forget this block. So we've got the large electric macerator placed down here. So the next portion of this is going to get the power cables, which is where we're going to run the copper nickel. There we go. That should connect. No problem, I hope. Yes, okay. All right, so we should have auto eject. Oh, I put the output hatch on the wrong side. That's what I did. Hold on. Right, item input. Yeah, item input needs to go on this side. My bad. So auto pull items, and then auto push items should be on this side. Okay, so this was the chest that was already in between here. This was the chest that was out. Okay, so that should fix that. So now what I want to do is get the next one, which is not going to be that difficult. I just need to get stuff crafted up. All right, on to the next one here. So input hatch, we'll pull this up here real quick. We are then going to set this. Okay. And then we are now going to get the rest of this put down. Let's grab a barrel. And then redstone torch. Iron. Yeah, but you guys can see how, like, monotonous this is, right? I'm not meaning to, like, stress the point, but this is a lot of the time spent between episodes or in between segments is me just monotonously crafting. And there's nothing that integrates with AE2. So why make AE2 even partially accessible when you can't get into the full extent of AE2, right? That is kind of what I feel like is the biggest downfall of this pack, is the fact that they made it accessible to an extent, and then just like, yeah, but it's not going to be compatible with everything else that would actually allow for you to auto craft. So good luck. I think it's a very big downside of this pack, and I don't mean to be negative. It's just honestly, removing that roadblock will make it significantly quicker for us to get through this and actually potentially give me enough time to do more episodes overall. So that is going to definitely be a good thing. What did I do wrong? That's the input hatch. And this is a giant macerator. And this should be able to be maceratable, right? Yes. We've got power. Ah. I just missed one step again. Okay, and that is the wrong barrel. Again. Okay. There we go. Just missing one thing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the next thing, which is going to require a little bit more finagling, but we shouldn't actually have that much stuff that cannot go in there like the previous attempt. I mean, like emeralds, diamonds, I don't know if those are going to be dust or not. So this into a macerator is dust, and then from that point, it is useless until we can actually get a machine to actually process it, right? Because we'll need to get into a pressure chamber or something of that sort. Okay. All right, so yeah, let me just get the copper nickel coils and the heat-proof machine casings, and I'll just build this one off camera since you guys have kind of seen me just work through the process. But yeah, let me be back in a second. Okay, real quick, had to do an alteration to this. So the output of some of the ores is causing an issue because you do get dust. Let's see, so this is from... Let's see, checking... I'm wondering what ore it's from is what I'm looking at here. So the macerator... So if silver is broken down, there's a chance of getting uranium dust. Okay, so that is where that's coming from. And then you also do have raw silver coming from the lead, which is on the opposite barrel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab an item pipe, and instead of pushing... Hold on, I need to take this out. Instead of pushing to the side, we're going to push down, and then we're going to come out with a pipe to allow for this to actually work. So we're going to block uranium, and I do believe that this also comes from something else. So let's see. So this comes from... Oh, it doesn't look like it comes from anything. Interesting. Because this was also in here. So I'm kind of... Maybe I accidentally left some in there. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to blacklist this. And then that should be exactly what we need. And to speed this up a little bit, we can grab some motors. Let's grab a stack. That's fine for now, and we may pull them out later, but that's okay. So this should get going. Oh, this needs to be output. There we go. Okay, that fixes that issue, but we are cruising over here, and you can see there's the silver from the lead, by the way. I'll get this pushed over here in a little bit, but real quick, we're going to grab a handful of compressors to kind of get this line started off, because this line has a lot of need for the compressors. So the lapis, diamond, or no, not diamond, I think emerald. Okay, so emerald is not doable. We would need a pressure chamber. So that throws a cog into the gears the entire way. That's fantastic. Quartz. Quartz is a compressor. Osmium, we can't do that one. So we'll just go for quartz and lapis. And that's all we can do. I guess I need to put them in the rest of these machines, right? So, do, and do. And then I also do need to get machine hulls. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this one up here. I know we haven't really done a whole lot during this episode, but overall, I'm liking the progress we're making. There's just a lot of things that I need to work on in this pack. So, from now on, every other Wednesday will be FTB NeoTech. And so I will see you guys in 2 weeks with the brand new episode where we will be removing the crafting coprocessor recipes and all of that fun stuff out of the pack and leave them to a more normal thing, because this is not happening. This is going to drive me to insanity, because if I can't just click a button and auto craft, I'm just going to get sick and tired of this pack. And like, I already am kind of getting to that point. So we're going to remedy it, because I want to keep playing this pack. I want to get further into modern industrialization. And so yeah, let's just call it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.